What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be rebuilding the defending NBA champions, the Boston Celtics. As we all know, to start off this season, they have been playing phenomenal. They are the number 2 seed right behind the Cleveland Cavaliers with 19 wins and only 4 losses. So they're off to a really great start to be starting this season. And before we get into the video, I want to thank you guys for helping me reach 100 subscribers. I appreciate it a ton, so thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. And I also want to give a shout out to Christian for suggesting to do a Boston Celtics rebuild. And if you guys are new to this channel, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video and subscribe. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get right into the video. So as I was saying, the Boston Celtics have been playing phenomenal to start out this season. Their starting 5 is insane. Jrue Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis, who returned from his injury and has been playing phenomenal already, averaging 21 points per game. Derek White also is averaging a career high in points per game, almost 18 points per game on crazy good efficiency. Peyton Pritchard, another player that broke out this season, averaging a career high 16 points per game off the bench with insane efficiency. Peyton Pritchard has been amazing for the Boston Celtics, and it's really cool that they gave him an extension the previous season. They got lucky with that. But they have been running an 8-man rotation most of the time, which I'm not really a fan of. One problem the Boston Celtics do have is their rebounding. They're not really a good rebounding team. Porzingis is not really a great rebounder. So we're going to keep this, obviously, we're going to keep the starting 5, but I think at the trade deadline, we may be upgrading our backup center position. We're not going to trade Al Horford. We'll just move him to be our backup power forward, but we may upgrade our backup center position. But as of right now, we're going to run with this exact team, because we've been playing phenomenal. So I'll probably be seeing you guys at the trade deadline. Let's see if we can beat the Memphis Grizzlies, which we do. We held them to 83 points, which is a good sign. So I'll probably be seeing you guys at the trade deadline to upgrade our backup center position. I also want to make it known, if you guys haven't rebuilt the Boston Celtics in 2K25 before, they may just be the hardest team to rebuild. As you guys can see, we made no moves to the roster, but we're losing a bunch of games. I've totally forgot to mention that the Boston Celtics are one of the hardest teams to rebuild in 2K25 for some reason. It makes absolutely no sense, but they lose a lot of games, and they're a really hard team to rebuild, so this is going to be a challenge. It's not going to be an easy rebuild, that's for sure. I'll be seeing you guys at the trade deadline to upgrade our backup center position. As I said, we were going to be targeting a backup center for rebounding purposes. I think Andre Drummond would be that perfect backup center to have on our team. He's one of the best rebounders in the league, and he's a decent offensive player also, so he could come off our bench, provide us with rebounding and scoring. So we're going to try trading away Luke Kornet and Xavier Tillman Sr. for Andre Drummond. Xavier Tillman Sr. won't be getting any playing time with us anyways. He's only a 72 overall. So let's see if the Philadelphia 76ers will accept this trade, and they do. So now we got ourselves Andre Drummond as our backup center, which I'm really excited about to see how things go. We're not going to be making any more moves this season. I think we're going to run with the same exact team and see if we can win ourselves a championship. So I'll be seeing you guys at the end of season number 1. So at the end of season number 1, Luka Doncic wins MVP. Jared McCain with the Philadelphia 76ers wins Rookie of the Year. Amen Thompson wins 6th Player of the Year. Wemby Depoy, Amen Thompson Most Improved. Jokic wins Clutch Player of the Year. Jason Kidd Coach of the Year. The Golden State Warriors win Executive of the Year. Let's see if we get any All-NBA selections, which I think we should. We get Jason Tatum on All-NBA's second team. He was averaging 25 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Nearly shooting 50, 40, 80. Let's see if we get Jaylen Brown here, which we don't. Do we get anyone on all defensive team? We do not. No Derek White, which is kind of a surprise, but it is what it is. And we were the first seed, which is phenomenal to see. We won 58 games and lost only 24. After acquiring ourselves Drummond, our rebounding got a lot better, which is a good sign. Let me show you guys the player stats for our team. So Jason Tatum averaged 25 points per game, as I showed you guys, really good efficiency. Jaylen Brown, 21.5 points. Porzingis, 18 points per game. Derek White, 16.5 points per game. Peyton Pritchard off the bench. Peyton Pritchard could have won 6th Player of the Year, and I'm surprised he did not. He played phenomenal, shooting 40% from the three-point line, averaging 13 points and almost 5 assists per game on only 1 turnover a game, which is phenomenal. And I need to plug in my controller, which I'll do here in a second. Drew Holiday, 11.5 points. His efficiency wasn't the best, sadly. His three-point shooting took a dip. So did his field goal percentage. But his defense was good, I guess. Yeah, his defense was actually really good. So that's a good thing about him. Al Horford, 8 points per game. Al Horford is going to be retiring this season, which sucks. So hopefully we can win him another championship before he retires. Sam Hauser, 7.5, 6 from Drummond. And that's basically it. Now let me fix up our player minutes. Then I'll see you guys at the start of this playoffs. Actually. For round number 1, we'll be going up against the Atlanta Hawks, who have Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, DeAndre Hunter, Jalen Johnson, and Okongwu. And they also ended up acquiring Jeremy Grant, who's coming off the bench for them. And the rest of their bench is looking pretty much the same. I think we should be able to beat this team, but let's see what 2K thinks. Game 1 is a win. Jason Tatum has a double-double, 28 points. 28 points from Porzingis, 25 from Derek White, and 23 from Jaylen Brown. Let's see how many three-pointers our team made. 21 made three-pointers. I want to show you guys how many three-pointers we were making per game in the regular season. It was 16.2, which is quite a lot. In real life, the Celtics at this moment are averaging like 19 three-pointers made, I believe, which is insane. Let's see if we can win game number 2, which we do. Jaylen Brown drops 29 points, 29 from Tatum, and 21 from Derek White, 20 from Porzingis. Our starting 5 is insane. We do lose game number 3. Trae Young had a double-double on us. Can we go up 3-1? And we do. Let's go. Jaylen Brown with 32, 30 from Tatum. And then the rest of the team. Porzingis is playing phenomenal, averaging 23 points per game. Gentleman sweep? Yes, it is. Jaylen Brown with 29 points. Let's go. He's playing absolutely phenomenal. Shooting 50% from the three-point line. Let's see how Tatum's playing. Amazing. His points went down a little bit, but his efficiency is phenomenal. And he's playing good all around. Round number 2, we got ourselves the Orlando Magic. So Paulo Banchero, Franz Wagner, and Jalen Suggs. I think we should be able to beat this team, but let's see what happens here. Game number 1 is a win. Jaylen Brown with 29, 29 from Tatum, a 24-point double-double from Porzingis. Porzingis is almost averaging 10 rebounds a game. That is insane. He's not really a rebounder, but he's rebounding a lot this playoff run so far, which is great. Game number 2 is also a win. Let's go. Brown with 29, Tatum with 28, 24 from Porzingis. Can we go up 3-0? And we do. Let's go. Tatum with 38 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists. Almost had a triple-double, 7 made threes, which is insane. Sweep? Yes, it is. 4-0. We win 4-0 against Orlando Magic. Tatum with 33, Porzingis with another double-double, 31 points, 11 boards, Brown with 26. And now we're going to get ourselves the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, and Bam Adebayo. They're a play-in team. We should be able to beat them. This is kind of like what happened in the 2022 playoffs, I believe? Yeah, the 2022. What playoffs was that when the Denver Nuggets won? Not the last season, the one before that. The 2023 playoffs. It's basically the same thing as that the Boston Celtics versus a play-in team, the Miami Heat. And at that time, the Miami Heat were also a play-in team, which is insane. And they are once again, but this time they have Tyler Hero. I believe that playoff run, Tyler Hero broke his hand. Game number 1 is a win for us. Derek White drops 27 points. Let's go, 27 from Tatum. Our whole team is playing phenomenal. Al Horford's efficiency has been bad, but his defense is always amazing. How's Drummond rebounding? He's rebounding amazing. 8 rebounds in like 15 minutes a game. Game number 2 is also a win. Tatum with 30. Brown with 21 points, 10 rebounds. Where's Pritchard? Pritchard isn't scoring. Okay, he's barely scoring this playoff run for some reason, which doesn't really make sense. He's not making his 3 shots. Hopefully he starts making some 3-pointers here. We do lose game number 3, but we're up 3-1 against the Miami Heat, where Tatum almost has another triple-double. 34 points, 10 rebounds. Pritchard had 13 points. There we go. He's starting to make the 3-pointers. Hopefully he can keep that up. Is this going to be a gentleman's sweep? And it is. Let's go. Porzingis with 26 points. He's been going off this playoff run, which is really nice to see. And my controller just died, so let me plug it in, and then I'll be back for the finals. Porzingis averaging 21 points per game. Tatum averaging 27.5 points per game, almost shooting 50% from the 3-point line. That is what I'm talking about. Now we're either going to have the Golden State Warriors or the San Antonio Spurs. The Warriors got themselves Norman Powell. They traded, okay, never mind. Draymond Green is their 6th man. And they got Mitchell Robinson. Let's see. Okay, let's see who are going to be versing in the finals. And oh god, it's the Warriors. Jason Tatum wins the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. How is Wemby winning Western Conference Finals MVP when they lost? Let's overturn that. I don't know why 2K does this, but they shouldn't. So who's supposed to win this? The Golden State Warriors. Okay, yeah. So I guess... Whoa, Curry only averaged less than 18 points per game. So Norman Powell is going to win the Western Conference Finals MVP. Now we got ourselves a rematch of... Oh my god, I don't remember what year that was. Let's check right now. 2022 playoffs. A rematch of the 2022 playoffs. The Celtics versus the Warriors. Hopefully this time around we can win since we are rebuilding. The Celtics. I am a Warriors fan, but today I'm a Celtics fan. Game 1, well, I am a Celtics fan also. They're probably my second favorite team because of Jason Tatum. I love Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown drops 32 points, 29 from Derek White, 24-point double-double from Jason Tatum, 21 from Holiday, 18 from Porzingis. We're up 1-0. Let's see how game 2 goes, and we also win that with Jaylen Brown dropping 30 points, 29 from Porzingis, 20 from Jason Tatum. Game number 3 is a loss. Curry drops 34 points on us. He's 37 years old in the NBA Finals, which is insane. Tatum 29 points, 10 rebounds. 3-1, yes it is. That's what I'm talking about. Jaylen Brown with 35 points, Derek White with 27. White has been playing phenomenal. And is this going to be a gentleman's sweep? Yes, it is, with Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum winning the Finals MVP, averaging 25 points per game, 9 boards, 6 assists, shooting 60, 50, 60. Okay, I don't know why his free throw percentage was so low. But yeah, he played phenomenal. Let me show you guys the playoff stats for our team. But yeah, the Celtics are, which year would this be? The 2025 NBA champions. Let's go. We win back-to-back championships. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Drew Holiday, and Porzingis. The starting 5 is just phenomenal. Now let me show you guys the playoff stats for this playoff run that we just had. So obviously Jason Tatum led the way with 27 points per game, 25 from Jaylen Brown, 21 from Porzingis, who was playing absolutely phenomenal. I love the fit of Porzingis on the Boston Celtics. He's amazing. Derek White, 19 points. Drew Holiday, his points have been going down, 11 points per game. And then Peyton Pritchard barely scored for some reason this playoff run. compared to the regular season, which doesn't really make too much sense, but it is what it is. We still want ourselves a championship. Here's the NBA Finals run that we had. Jaylen Brown led the way in the finals with 28 points per game. He most definitely could have won Finals MVP, but he did win the previous year, so it's just fair that this season it goes to Jason Tatum. And he was averaging 9 rebounds, shooting 65% from the field. Never mind, that most definitely should have gone. Was well deserved going to Jason Tatum. Derek White with 23 points per game, 20 Porzingis, 11, and then the rest of the team. Now I think Al Horford is going to be retiring. I'm going to overturn a few of these players. Let's see if Al Horford is retiring, and it looks like he's not. He said he wanted to retire, but I don't see him here. So it looks like we are going to be keeping Al Horford for one more season, which I'm really happy about because I want him. Or never mind, he's right there. I'm not going to overturn it. He's 39 years old. That's the best way to end his career, winning 2 back-to-back championships. That would be the best way ever to retire, winning 2 championships in a row. So we're going to let Al Horford retire, but I am going to overturn a few other players, and then I'll see you guys at free agency. So this NBA draft, we had 2 picks. One was a 30th overall pick and one was a second rounder. We went ahead and selected ourselves a 7'2" center. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's a floor spacing big man. He has a B- 3-point shot. He's a good defender and a good rebounder. He's only a 74 overall, so he probably won't be a part of our rotation just right now, but hopefully in the next season or 2 he can progress and be a part of our rotation. The same goes for Jaren Stevenson. Hopefully he progresses in the next season or 2 to be our new backup power forward. Since Al Horford did retire, we don't have ourselves a backup power forward anymore. And then Andre Drummond did accept his player option, which is really nice to see. Now we get to keep our backup center in Andre Drummond, one of the best rebounders. And there's a move that I'm going to be making for this team, and I'll tell you guys the reason why. We're going to be trading away Jrue Holiday, and the reason for that is I don't want to be running it back with the same team every season. That would be boring for you guys to watch. And I'm going to be trying to trade away Jrue Holiday for a new starting center. That way we could put Porzingis at the power forward position, Tatum at the small forward position, Jaylen Brown at the shooting guard position, and Derek White at the point guard position. I think that would be really fun to see how things play out if we're to do this, which we will be doing. Jason Tatum did used to be the starting small forward for the Boston Celtics in the 2022-23 season. Well, he was a small forward his whole career up until this last season. And Jaylen Brown was a starting shooting guard for the Celtics his whole career also. So we're going to be putting things back to how they used to be, but we will be trading away Jrue Holiday, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. He's going to be regressing. I've seen him after 1 season of a rebuild, he goes down to an 82 overall, and then 2 seasons later, he's below an 80 overall, wanting to retire. So we're going to start off with a Jrue Holiday trade and see what type of players we can get back in return. Also, another reason I want to push Porzingis to be our power forward and acquire ourselves a different starting center is our rebounding. If we get a good rebounding center, our rebounding won't be a problem anymore, which it has been for the past 2 seasons. I think I found ourselves the perfect trade. Walker Kessler, he's one of the best rim protectors in the league. He's an amazing rebounder and could average around 10 points per game, which would be replacing Jrue Holiday's offense perfectly and defense in a way, even though they play different positions. So we're going to go ahead and pull off this trade. Jrue Holiday for Walker Kessler. I think it's a win-win for both teams. And we get ourselves Walker Kessler, which is a huge W in my opinion. And he will be progressing this offseason as well, which is going to be even better. After that, Walker Kessler's overall will be a lot higher. Now let's push the players, change the players' positions up a little bit here. So Jason Tatum back to small forward. He goes up to a 99 overall. Let's go. Jaylen Brown to a shooting guard, he stays the same. Derek White to be our point guard, he stays the same. Porzingis to power forward, he does drop by 1, but that's totally fine. Now we got ourselves a new starting 5 of Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Porzingis, and Walker Kessler. I think we're going to be a deadly team. And now I'm going to finish filling out the rest of our roster, and I'll see you guys at the start of season number 2. So as I said, Al Horford retired, and now we need ourselves a new backup power forward. We're not able to get ourselves a good backup power forward in free agency since there's none good backup power forwards in free agency. So we're going to have to trade away Sam Hauser. It sucks, but it is what it is. He was a good 3-point shooter for us, a good backup small forward. Now we need ourselves a backup power forward, and Jonathan Isaac is one of the best defensive power forwards in the league. So we're going to go ahead and pull this trade off. Sam Hauser and a 2nd round pick for Jonathan Isaac, our new backup power forward, which I'm totally happy with this trade for. It helps our defense, and now we got ourselves a backup power forward. And the reason I was okay letting Sam Hauser go, we can get ourselves a good backup small forward in free agency anyways. But a backup power forward, there's not really any good ones here, as you guys can see. But for a backup small forward, we can get ourselves Taurean Prince. We can also get ourselves Karis LeVert if we wanted. So I'm going to decide who we'll be selecting to be our new backup small forward. We can get Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Taurean Prince. Probably going to be one of these 3, Karis LeVert, Alexander Walker, or Taurean Prince. So yeah, I'm going to finish filling out the rest of our roster, and I'll see you guys at the start of season number 2. Here we are at the start of season number 2 with our new rotation and new starting 5. That's going to include Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Porzingis, and Walker Kessler. And then off the bench we'll have Peyton Pritchard, Karis LeVert, Jonathan Isaac, and Andre Drummond. We were able to get Karis LeVert on a really good contract. We paid him around 2 years, $12 million I believe. Let's go check that out just to make sure. And it is 2 years, $11 million, which is a really good contract for him. He's a good playmaker, good offensive player, and a really good perimeter defender. I'm excited to see how things play out this season. Having Walker Kessler in our starting lineup is going to help a lot with our defense and rebounding, which we had a problem with at the past season. Our rebounding wasn't the best with Porzingis at the starting position, at the starting center position, since he's not really a good rebounder. But now we got ourselves an elite rebounder, elite rim protector, and a elite defender. Let's see how game 1 will go against the Miami Heat, and it's a win, which should be a good sign. Porzingis 22, Jaylen Brown 30, and Jason Tatum with 33. Let's see how Walker Kessler played in his Boston Celtics debut, and he played phenomenal. 14 points, a block, a steal. Didn't rebound much, but I think that should change as we play more games. Now I'll either be seeing you guys at the trade deadline or the end of season number 2, where hopefully we can win ourselves another championship. At the end of this season, Victor Wembanyama wins Most Valuable Player. Rookie of the Year goes to Cooper Flagg. Jarris Walker wins Sixth Player of the Year. This most definitely could have gone to Peyton Pritchard, and I think it should have gone to Peyton Pritchard, but I guess it went to Jarris Walker. Wemby also wins Defensive Player of the Year. Jarris Walker wins Most Improved. Paulo Banchero, Clutch Player of the Year. Joe Mazzulla, our head coach, wins Coach of the Year. As you guys can see in the bottom left corner, we won 64 games and lost only 18. We had a phenomenal season. 64 games is amazing. And then the Golden State Warriors win Executive of the Year, winning 61 games. That is insane. Let's see if we get any All-NBA selections here. We do get Jason Tatum on All-NBA second team once again. No Jaylen Brown. Curry makes All-NBA third team. Most of the time I don't see Curry on here. James Harden makes All-NBA third team. That is insane. He's at 84 overall now, but he still made All-NBA third team. That's really cool to see. Do we get any All-Defensive teams? We do not. Jokic makes all defensive second team. Okay. I've never seen him here before, but he makes all defensive second team. All right. And of course, we were the first seed in the Eastern Conference, and we're going to be going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers in round number 1. This is not going to be an easy series whatsoever, and now they got themselves Fred VanVleet as their 6th man, which makes this team even more deadly. I don't understand how this team was a play-in team. That makes absolutely no sense. And they have Grayson Allen, one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, coming off their bench. That is insane. This team's going to be hard to beat. And over here, the Golden State Warriors were the number 1 seed. They acquired themselves Norman Powell, and whoa, they acquired themselves 2 centers that are above 6'9". That is insane. If they did that in real life, maybe this team actually would be the first seed. They've never really had a center above 6'9" for some reason, which is honestly weird. And they also got Lonzo Ball off their bench. This team is stacked. Oh god, Draymond Green, Buddy Hield. They're so stacked, I don't even know if they're playing all these players, to be honest. But over here, we're going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers in round number 1, and if we win a championship this season, that would mean we did a three-peat and won 3 championships in a row, which is going to be insane. So hopefully we're able to do just that. Let me fix up our player minutes, and let's see if we can do a three-peat here. Also, let me show you guys the player stats for our team this regular season. Our team played phenomenal, and I think getting Walker Kessler was a big reason as to why we won so many games, because of his rebounding. He was averaging 11 rebounds per game, and he's an amazing defender. Obviously, last season Porzingis was our center, and he's not the best rebounder, but this season we were one of the best rebounding teams in the league, which had a big reason to having Walker Kessler in our starting lineup. But here's the player stats. Jason Tatum averaged 25 points per game. He was our leading scorer on amazing efficiency, shooting 50% from the field. Jaylen Brown was right behind him with 22 points per game, shooting also 53% from the field, almost 39 from the 3-point line. Porzingis, 17 points per game. He also played phenomenal at the power forward position. Derek White at the point guard position was a phenomenal playmaker. His assists per game went up from the previous seasons, as you guys can see. For 36 minutes, he would be averaging around 7 assists per game. And he shot 40% from the 3-point line. His defense was phenomenal once again. Peyton Pritchard off the bench, 13 and basically 14 points per game, shooting nearly 50-40-80, which is insane. He played phenomenal for us as our 6th man. Walker Kessler was averaging a double-double. Karis LeVert was a really good get for us, as you guys can see. In limited minutes, 19.5 minutes per game, he was averaging 9 points and 4 assists off our bench, as well as good defense and 3-point shooting. Jonathan Isaac, another great get for our team. In limited minutes, 17 minutes off the bench, would come off the bench, play phenomenal defense. His offense was there, his rebounding was amazing. And Andre Drummond, 15 minutes per game, 6 boards, and 4 points. Jonathan Isaac is also a really good rebounder. Obviously, Andre Drummond's one of the best rebounders, and Walker Kessler. So those 3 really helped with our rebounding this season. But let's see how things go against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Game number 1 is a win. Jaylen Brown drops 30 points, 24 from Jason Tatum, 23 from Porzingis. Drummond had 12 rebounds in 16 minutes, Walker Kessler with 18 rebounds in 30 minutes. Walker Kessler's efficiency wasn't the best in the regular season, in the start of the season at least. Towards the end, it got a lot better. In the beginning, he was shooting around 45%, but towards the end of the season, he picked it up and ended with 53, which is really good. Game number 2 is also a win. Jason Tatum dropping 36 points. 29 from Porzingis. Can we go up 3-0? And we do. Let's go. 30 from Brown, who's playing amazing. 23 from Tatum, was also playing amazing. Porzingis is also going off this playoff run so far. Are we going to sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers? And we do. That is insane. I didn't think we would be sweeping the Cleveland Cavaliers. Their team was pretty deadly, but we did just that. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Porzingis all 20 plus points this game. And I'm pretty sure they've been scoring 20 plus points for all 4 of the games we've played so far. In round number 2, we get the Chicago Bulls, who have Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, and Nikola Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic is shooting lights out this season. I believe he's shooting around 40-something% from the three-point line. He's playing absolutely phenomenal. This team also got Trey Mann off their bench, and he's also an amazing player. They have Ayo Dosunmu, Matas Buzelis, and Jalen Smith. I think we're the better team. Let's see what happens. Game number 1 is a win. Jason Tatum with 32 points, 25 from Jaylen Brown, 22 from Derek White. We're up 2-0. Tatum drops a double-double, 24 points, 11 boards, 20 from Derek White, who's playing phenomenal as our starting point guard. Porzingis, 13 rebounds. The last 2 playoffs that we had, Porzingis has been rebounding phenomenal. The last season playoffs, I believe he was averaging around 9 rebounds as well, and he's doing the same this playoff run, which is phenomenal. Game number 3, we also win. We're up 3-0 against the Chicago Bulls. Jason Tatum drops 28, 25 from Brown, and 20 from Porzingis. Peyton Pritchard is playing phenomenal, shooting 50, 50, 80 in 20 minutes per game, averaging 13 points. Is this going to be another sweep? And it is. So we've not lost a game so far this playoff run. 35 from Jaylen Brown, 20-point double-double from Walker Kessler, who also made a three-pointer. Okay, let's go. How many three-pointers is he attempting? Let's see. He's made 3 three-pointers so far. I have his three-point shot tendency all the way low, but he's still shooting them and making them as well, which is really nice to see. The team is playing phenomenal so far. Let's see how Drummond's playing. Really good. The rebounding is amazing. Jonathan Isaac, defense is amazing. Per 36 minutes, he would be averaging 4.3 blocks. That is insane. His rebounding's good, his offense is good, and his defense is the best. Tatum struggled that game, but it's alright, because we are the Eastern Conference Finals going up against the Toronto Raptors, who somehow made the conference finals. They have Tyus Jones as their point guard, then Grady Dick, RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl, John Collins, Emmanuel Quickley, Abaji. That's about it. They got John Collins as their 6th man. Emmanuel Quickley is not their starting point guard anymore. They have Tyus Jones coming in for him. I think we're the better team. Let's see what happens here. Game 1 is a win. Tatum drops 41 points and 10 boards. Derek White with 30 points. How many three-pointers did we make that game? Only 11, but we still scored 134 points. Game number 2 is also a win. Tatum with another double-double. Walker Kessler with 21 points, 13 rebounds. He's playing phenomenal this playoff run. Derek White had a double-double. Can we go up 3-0? And we do just that. Let's go. Tatum drops 49 points. What's the most points Tatum has scored? Let's see. 60 points in his career. That is insane. Walker Kessler with another double-double. He's playing phenomenal defense, offense, and rebounding. He's good all around. Is this going to be another sweep? And it is. We've not lost a single game this playoff run. This time, Jaylen Brown drops a 40-plus point game, 41 points, 10 rebounds, Tatum with 21. And now we're either going to have the San Antonio Spurs or the Dallas Mavericks. I would most definitely want to play the San Antonio Spurs, but I think we'll probably be getting... Okay, never mind. We're getting Wemby and the Spurs. Wemby wins Western Conference Finals MVP. Jason Tatum, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, averaging 34 points per game, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting almost 50, 40, 80. That is insane. He's averaging 34 points. Now we got ourselves the San Antonio Spurs, who still have Chris Paul, but he's 41 years old now, but he's still playing phenomenal. So the age does not even really matter, to be honest. Stephon Castle, Keldon Johnson, who's overall dropped somehow. He should have been progressing, but somehow he regressed to a 79 overall, which makes no sense. Jeremy Sohan, Wemby averaging 24 points per game off the bench. They have Devin Vassell. In real life, Greg Popovich is playing Stephon Castle over Devin Vassell, which makes no sense to me. If they want to win games, I would think they would rather have Devin Vassell as their starting shooting guard. He's an amazing perimeter defender, amazing three-point shooter. Stephon Castle's not a good three-point shooter at all. So I don't know what Greg Popovich is doing over there, but it's his team, I guess, and he's honestly flipped things around there. Well, Chris Paul has. Ever since they got Chris Paul, the Spurs have been playing a lot better in real life. But in 2K simulation, this team also has Malik Monk, Julian they got Ben Simmons, okay. Julian Champagnie's having a breakout season this year. He's playing amazing for the Spurs. Let's see what happens here. Game number 1 is a win. Tatum drops 39 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. Amazing. You've just earned some rewards. Okay, we earned some rewards. 4 players, 20 plus points this game, which is phenomenal. How many 3-pointers did we make this game? Only 10? That makes no sense, but okay. Game number 2 is also a win. Tatum dropping 35 points. He's going for the finals MVP by the looks of it. Game number 3, we've not lost a single game this playoff run. Amazing. And is this going to be a three-peat? I think it is. And this will be the first three-peat ever since Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant in 2002, I believe it was. There has not been a single three-peat since. The Golden State Warriors almost got one when they had Kevin Durant, but the injuries made that not happen. But it looks like we're about to do just that, and we do. The Boston Celtics have won 3 championships in a row, completing a three-peat ever since Kobe Bryant and the LA Lakers. Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and the LA Lakers to be exact, and Jason Tatum, who wins his second finals MVP, shooting 50-50-90, averaging 28 points per game, 6.5 boards, 6 assists. Let's go. This was a fun rebuild. Let me show you guys the player stats for the playoffs. Getting Walker Kessler on our team really did make us unstoppable. The rebounding, and then Andre Drummond off the bench, Jonathan Isaac off the bench. We made a lot of good moves for this team, even though we didn't really switch up our starting 5 much. We did actually by trading Jrue Holiday, but those few trades that we made this team 10 times better. Here's the playoff stats for our team. Jason Tatum averaged 28 points per game, 24 from Jaylen Brown, 19 from Porzingis, 17 from Derek White, who was probably one of the best point guards in the league, in my opinion. He's an amazing defender, amazing three-point shooter, and his playmaking was also phenomenal. Walker Kessler averaged a double-double, 11 points, 12 rebounds, 1.7 blocks per game, 10 points per game from Peyton Pritchard. In only 20 minutes a game, he played phenomenal for us as our 6th man. Karis LeVert also played phenomenal for us off the bench. 8.5 points. His defense was good. His playmaking was even better. Andre Drummond off the bench played phenomenal. 7 boards, 4 points. Jonathan Isaac's defense was phenomenal. Per 36 minutes, he would have been averaging 3.5 blocks, and he shot 43, basically 44% from the three-point line, which is really nice to see. And now let me show you guys the player stats for the NBA Finals. Jason Tatum averaged 28 points per game, 22 from Jaylen Brown, 20 from Derek White, 19 from Porzingis, 10 from Walker Kessler, 8.5 from Karis LeVert, 8 from Peyton Pritchard, 5 points and 7 boards from Andre Drummond. Jonathan Isaac, 2.5 points, 4 rebounds. And yeah, that's it for this video. This video is gonna be a shorter video than usual. Well, we won the Boston Celtics 3 championships in a row. Well, I won them 2 championships in a row, but they've won a championship the season before the rebuild too. So they've done a three-peat, won 3 championships in a row, and we're gonna be ending off the video here. Thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. It means a lot. If you guys are new, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more NBA 2K25 content. That helps out my channel a lot, and Comment down below what team you guys would like me to rebuild next, and I'll make sure to do just that. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.